Inner healing work, or many times known as what we know as shadow work, requires us gathering all of our skulls, our shadows, through self awareness, because those things that we deny and that we haven't given space to be acknowledged, like trauma, patterns of abuse in our family that run ancestrally for many generations, we don't allow ourselves to truly heal and learn to accept, because we don't have to forgive, but we do have to do the work of forgiveness to get to a point of acceptance, especially self-acceptance. And all of that comes through that inner work of meditation. And when we don't become aware of our shadows, which is what we've been talking about this week on my YouTube channel in this community, check out the last video for full details on that and the Mayan prophecy that teaches us about that, about the skulls. The problem is that when we don't become aware of our shadows, we start to project them out into the world. We're insecure, right? And we lack confidence in being ourselves and speaking our truths. So this week, we're working on the throat chakra. Remember, we're working on energizing, activating, and healing each of our energy centers, because they're like brains. So that as we heal and activate these energy centers through the tantric practices of Kundalini yoga and meditation, we can reach the point of what our Mayan ancestors said would take us into this next cycle of humanity, thriving and sovereign, which is the union back of the mind, the brain, and the heart. And that's why we're doing this work. So welcome yet again to another series in this series of videos that we're working with each of these energetic centers, as well as the Mayan prophecies, because the Mayan prophecies, as you've been watching some of these last videos, which you can definitely check out all of the rest here in my channel, we've been talking a lot about the ways these prophecies are activating and already coming into fruition in this life as we are living. And we're working with tantric practices, because the Mayan ancestors also themselves practice tantric practices such as Kundalini yoga to elevate their consciousness, to heal, but also to remember to live in equanimity and at peace with Mother Earth, which is the big wake-up call that many of us are getting. Not only not living in equanimity with Mother Earth, as we've been learning in the last few videos, but also and with ourselves, right? And we can't live with ourselves in equanimity and at peace because we bypass our own healing. We sadly live in an industry, or in a world, where the pharmaceutical industry prescribes medication to numb out a deep-rooted problem. And sadly, there are not a lot of techniques to actually get to the problem, even to the level of the DNA, which is ultimately, when you think about this, the language of our ancestors is of emotions. So when we practice these tantric practices that reach to the level of emotion, it changes the structure of our DNA, which changes the pattern permanently in our lives and for 7 generations before, and even 7 generations that will come after. And when it relates to the throat chakra, which is what we're talking about, this is the 5th chakra. It represents our projective power of the word. Did you know that every one of your words is creating a chemical reaction in the farthest star in the universe? So imagine the words you say to yourself, what it does to your molecular cellular structure. Word is powerful. And in Kundalini yoga, mantra is not, it's a science. It's not a language. It's a science of energy that when you chant, which we'll be doing today, changes the subconscious mind, changes at the level of emotions and DNA, changes the pattern. So you don't have to keep experiencing it in the real world, because you're experiencing it because you're projecting it, right? And our throat chakra gives us the power not only to speak our truth, but to hear. Because ultimately, this is what Yogi Bhajan, the tantric master who brought Kundalini yoga from the east to the west, taught, is that communication is all about being a good listener. And we're not good listeners because we're not self-aware and we haven't accepted ourselves. So we're not confident. We're insecure. So when we're speaking with someone, instead of being in the present moment, we're worried about our neurosis, or what they're thinking of us, or thinking of us, or what we're thinking of them. So when you have done the work of self-shadow, of self-awareness and shadow works, you know what your triggers are. You bring them to the light, A Course in Miracles spiritual psychotherapy says that you bring your shadows to the light and you don't have to worry about the rest, because the Holy Spirit, God herself, that awareness is what alchemizes and changes them, because you can't have change and transformation without self-awareness, right? So our throat chakra becomes a block because we don't know how to communicate, because we don't know how to listen, because we don't know how to accept ourselves. And then we can't speak our truth. And all of this, again, having to do with these patterns of pain and trauma that have been through our lineage that we haven't addressed, and that we just continue to tuck under the rug or band-aid with the pharmaceutical, or numbing it with other things. We all have our vices, no judgment, awareness, right? So the meditation we're going to be practicing today actually heals your throat chakra, right? So that it can actually function optimally. Now, hormonally, or let's talk science and physically, because that's the beauty of the science of Kundalini yoga. You can understand it spiritually, you can understand it scientifically, what it's doing to your body, mind, and spirit. But the hormonal balance that results from a balanced thyroid is what delivers a sense of well-being and a clear and bright face and grace, which is what today's meditation is going to get us, because this meditation opens the fifth chakra, this projective power, but it also helps with the thyroid. It helps activate this specific gland so that we can activate it and balance it and allow it to self-heal the body. Because that's what happens is when you're practicing these meditations, you're turning on the body's self-healing mechanism. So what it does is that it helps us really deliver and feel a sense of well-being and a clear, bright face in the world, and just a lot of grace. In fact, this meditation is said that if you do this meditation for 11 minutes daily for 18 months, your face will not age, and it will give endurance, intuition, and reverse disease. Yes, 11 minutes daily, which we're going to be practicing it today for 11 minutes for 18 months. And the way this works really quickly is just your face carries your trauma. You know, that what they call that resting bitch face. Like what that really means is just somebody who went through a lot of trauma that is still expressing or feeling those emotions in her face. And the beauty of mantra, when you chant it, not only does it change the subconscious mind patterns, but what it does is it changes the structure of your face. I have a daily chanting practice, and I can tell you that my face every day looks different every single day. I feel more alien looking every single day, which is kind of cool as well. But anywho, we're going to practice this meditation today for 11 minutes. And again, if you want to commit 18 months, the benefits that you're going to get are your face will not age. You're going to have this endurance. You're going to have intuition. You're going to be able to reverse disease. But it's also the quickest, fastest meditation, working meditation to open up your throat chakra, right? The thyroid, to help you really feel confident in yourself, to be able to speak that truth, but also hear the truth, right? Because that's really, really important. So I'll show you how we do the meditation, and then we'll practice it together for 11 minutes. So we're going to be sitting in easy pose, which is just your legs folded in, straight spine. You can sit on a chair as well if you're more comfortable on a chair, but just make sure you have a nice straight spine. And you can then make sure as well that your neck is going to be nice and locked. Your face is facing forward, but we're going to be looking at the tip of the nose with our eyes like 9/10 open. If you are a beginner and you find this to be a little bit daunting, just close your eyes, but still continue to look down right here at the tip of your nose. Activates specific areas in the brain, so we do need that as well. And so what we're going to do is our arms are going to be nice and straight. Our hands are going to be in Gyan Mudra. Thumb to the Jupiter finger, which is your pointer finger, just like that. Your other fingers are touching. This is the mudra of activating your inner wisdom. And you're going to extend your arms out just like this. Mudra is pointing sort of to like the floor, the 3 fingers, while the palms are facing forward and up. Nice and straight, gazing down to the tip of the nose. Again, you can close your eyes if you need to. Just focus at the tip of the nose. Now we're going to chant hummy, hum, bram, hum. Hummy, hum, bram, hum. Hummy, hum, bram, hum. You're going to be hearing that frequency in the background. This frequency means we are we and we are God. And in every one of my classes, as you know, and even in my YouTube videos, you know that I end with As you open your eyes, remember that God herself is realizing herself through you. And that can trigger a lot of people. And a lot of people, it will take 1,000 lifetimes to realize that. And it has to do back to, we were talking about the shadow work. Without being aware of our shadows, we're projecting them out, which we're creating more chaos in our life. We don't speak our throat, or we don't speak our truth or hear the truth because we feel we carry guilt. We don't believe that there could be no way that we are we and we are God. So the more that you practice this meditation, the more it becomes more real in a very humble and beautiful way where you're actually working with God as a vessel of communication. And that is the most sovereign way to live. So let's practice this meditation together. 11 minutes. Hummy hum, bram hum. Hummy hum, bram hum. All the information on the music, as well as the pronunciation, will be here below in the comments. So make sure you get that as well. And you can also sign up for my weekly email newsletter where I send out the meditation to you all as well. The link is below as well. So let's go ahead and begin. We first start, of course, in Kundalini Yoga by tuning in with the Adi mantra. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Taking 3 deep inhales from the nose, exhaling through the nose, and on the third exhale is when we begin our chanting. And then I'll take you through our prayer, and then we'll go ahead and begin with the meditation. Go ahead and bring your hands up to prayer pose. You're going to feel like rubbing your hands back and forth to bring in some energy. Align your spine, meaning nice and straight. We're working with white tantric energy. Kundalini is a life force energy that we can activate through mudra, the way we position our hands, breath, and the way and what we chant, mantra. So as we take these first 3 deep inhales mindfully and consciously, activating the tantric energy, awakening the Kundalini, we open our hearts and allow ourselves to receive the gift and blessing of an open throat chakra, confidence and conviction, and being a vessel of the divine. So let's begin. Inhale through your nose. Hold the breath at the crown and just imagine that 1,000 petals opening up. Exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale through your nose. And last time to begin, inhale. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Inhale. Adgure name, Jugadgure name, Sadgure name, Siri Gurudeve name. Adgure name, Jugadgure name, Sadgure name, Siri Gurudeve name. Adgure name, Jugadgure name, Sadgure name, Siri Gurudeve name. Inhale, please. Exhale, please. And now begin by extending your arms out as instructed prior. We're going to begin with Gyan Mudra, thumb touching the tip of the Jupiter finger, pointer finger. Arms extended out. Remember, we're aligning our spine nice and straight. We're looking at the tip of the nose with our eyes 9/10 closed, just a tiny bit closer. We can keep them all the way closed, but continue that gaze. Hummy hum, bram hum is what we're chanting. 11 minutes. And just surrender fully. Brahma
Amiham Brahmam, 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 Amiham Ami Hum Brahman, 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 Brahmam, Amiham 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 Brahmam,
Hamyam Brahmam. Hamyam Brahmam. Now keep your arms extended out, the hands still in the same mudra. Lock that neck and let's take a deep inhale through the nose, suspending the breath at the crown chakra. Exhale. One more time, inhale. Exhale. Release the mudra. Wiggle the fingers back and forth, back and forth. Hold on to your knees and just be still for a moment. Feel what you feel. We are God. And so it is. Bring our hands back into prayer pose, please. Align your spine. We're going to take a deep inhale. Exhale. And now let's end with the long Sat Nam. This is our truth as our identity. Truth is our identity. Together. Inhale and exhale. Sat Nam. Satnam, Waheguru, Waheguru, Satnam. Please honor yourself. Let's all claim our victory. And as you open your eyes, remember that God herself is realizing herself through you. And you can open your eyes, coming back into the room you're in, back into your body temple. Just be mindful with your energy as you come out of meditation. It's a very, very potent one. Not only does it open up the throat chakra, but it really does help enable us to step into this new cycle, which our ancestors and Mayans spoke about, which is self-realization, that we are God, that God is experiencing ourselves through us. And that if we do the shadow work, the inner work to become more self-aware of our shadows, to not change them, but to learn to accept them so that we're not projecting them out, that we can disrupt a lot of ancestral karmic patterns in our lineage of abuse, of pain, of trauma, of whatever keeps running through our lineage, prosperity blockages, mental health. All of it is healable. All of it is transformable because all of it is sound. So thank you all so much for joining us in these week's videos. I will catch you definitely in the next one. If you are ready to level up and really step into this type of work, remember that I created a free e-guide. In this free e-guide, I give you a daily Kundalini meditation and a daily spiritual psychotherapy, A Course in Miracles affirmation to use as part of your plan for the week so that you too can begin the journey of disrupting ancestral, karmic, intergenerational patterns in your life and in your lineage. So go check it out by clicking on the link below in my comments on the e-guide. Thanks again for being here. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for liking, and thank you for sharing with others. I am so honored to continue to share space with you, and I will see you in the next video.